All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I did not show them the ways to get in touch with us right here at the bottom of the screen. You can always text. I want all of this information in all of our YouTube videos. I want it to be at the bottom of every YouTube video that this show does, that they can contact the show this way, and the phone number. But anyhow, that's our information, our social media page there that you can reach us at any time you ever want to be on the show. Text me at that number, and we'll see what we can do to get you on the show. Now, let's go with number 37. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, I don't even know if I pronounce her name correctly. I don't know. But I know when when the first time she opened her mouth and we all went, oh, hail. Yeah, that's what you said. You said, oh, hail. I don't believe that girl said that. And then some of you said, is that girl that damn dumb? I know all the things you said. So anyhow, I thought, will I ever be able to say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as that's the name, but I try it. So she's going through the airport, and a reporter, and I tried everything to find the video this morning, and I could not find the video. But go to 38. A reporter had the nerve, and that's why I wanted to find the video, because I was hoping to find out who this reporter is and maybe get a chance to say thank you. Reporter said, Congresswoman, can you tell me why you are flying today? Okay. Now, I don't have the video, but let me tell you what she said. She said, because I have to go to work. Because I have to go to work. Well, we understand her carbon emissions there. So, number 39, all right. Now, she ignores this question, but the reporter went on to say, what is the difference between you taking a flight and a train? Okay. What's the difference? Let me say this. If anything, now we all know gaff plugs Biden, the king of gaffes, right? But we do know this. Joe took the train. Took the train back and forth every day. Joe took the train. And Joe stopped at this 7-Eleven and Habib, and nobody, all the Habibs in there even said it, right? Everybody got worked up. But it's true. Joe went into the 7-Eleven or the Wawa there where he's at in Delaware, and he wanted a buttered roll and a coffee, and, all the Muslims and the towel heads were behind the counter. You can get mad at me if you want, but go up there and say. But Joe took the train. Now, there's absolutely no reporting whatsoever, okay, on Ocasio-Cortez and her $1 million FEC scandal, all right, Federal Elections Commission scandal, with her and I think it's a campaign manager or something, $1 million scandal there that she should be going to prison for. No news. CNN, MSNBC, no news whatsoever. None. Okay? Now, I want to prove that last week was a setup. A total setup. Now, you remember the questions that Jim Jordan asked? Wasn't it one question? Let me ask you this. Okay? So, we know the Democrats set everything up, had pre-meetings with Cohen. They had pre-meetings. Lanny Davis, Cohen, Adam Schiff, there were pre-meetings. We know the Democrats all had their questions in advance. Okay? There was the Democrat that was set up to look like they were going after Cohen. There was the Democrat that was set up to look like they were calling Cohen a liar. It was all staged, ready to go. They broke it the morning before. The morning of the hearing. They broke it to MSNBC and CNN. So if you got up at 4 a.m. like I do, and 5 a.m. to watch MSNBC, they were already running clips, clips out of Cohen's opening testimony They were already put them up on the screen. They ran, see, Cohen didn't start till 10 o'clock. So MSNBC, CNN set up Cohen from 4, 5, all the way to 10. They pounded it what Cohen was going to come out and say. You got to understand, CNN and MSNBC had those clips or had that opening statement and information, okay, way before the Republicans. So Democrats all staged, media staged, Republicans have no idea what they're going to say. So Jim Jordan comes out and he looks at Cohen and he says, you met with, I'm doing this off the top of my head so far, you met with counsel, special counsel, 7 times, I understand, leading up to your, conviction. Okay, 7 times, Cohen's looking, okay, yeah. How many times have you met with special counsel after your conviction? Carry 1, carry the 2, divided by 3. I really don't know. What's the question? How many times did you meet with, special counsel Robert Mueller's team? How many times did you met with them? 7 times before being sentenced or going to court. How many times did you meet with special counsel's team after your conviction? Let's see, 1, carry the 2, divide the 2 into 3. What is your, I don't know. Play this tape here. Go ahead, let's play this video. Do what?
Secondly, I want to ask a little bit about your conversation with my colleague from Missouri about asset inflation. To your knowledge, did the president ever provide inflated assets to an insurance company?
Yes.
Who else knows that the president did this?
Alan Weisselberg, Ron Lieberman, and Matthew Calamari.
And where would the committee find more information on this? Do you think we need to review his financial statements and his tax returns in order to compare them?
Yes, and you'd find it at the Trump org.
Thank you very much. The last thing here,
asset inflation. You think the president ever used asset inflation, ever inflated the value of his assets? Yes, I do. And who should we ask? Boom, boom, boom. And how would we prove that these assets were, hey, you can look at this. Do we need financial statements and tax? Absolutely. You can find them at the Trump Organization. Trump Organization. Huh. Now this morning, number 48, Michael Cohen's back on Capitol Hill. New York State's financial department subpoenas Trump Organization insurance broker. Where would you find these? Trump Organization. They're insurance broker. They're broker. Okay. And here's another one I want to show you. We'll get down to that. They're all over this morning. It's insurance broker. Okay. Nothing else to go on here. Let's go with 31. I'm just putting it up at 1:05 a.m. this morning. This is right out of the box. What is that, 5 a.m. Pacific time? Is that 5 a.m. this morning? Michael Cohen back on Capitol Hill. And Trump Organization's insurance broker. Okay. Let me just, the reason I show you the clips is how they stay right on it. Number 30. Okay. Now, first thing this morning, right out of the box, subpoena Trump Organization. They want to talk about his assets there. And let me see if it's possible. I'm not for sure if CNN jumped in. Oh, yeah, I think MSNBC jumped in on it too this morning. Number 21. New York regulators probing Trump Organization's insurance practices. The move by New York State Department of Financial Services adds to the growing scrutiny facing the Trump Organization. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else. MSNBC. Oh, by the way, there's number 16, MSNBC, right there. And as you just heard on the video, she was all over it. New York regulators probing Trump Organization's insurance practices. Not how this woman may be pulling $1 million scam. No, not that this woman is put out the Green New Deal and does not want you to fly, but she's flying to get to work. She looks at the reporter, I got to go to work. Hey, Plugs Biden took the train. She doesn't take the train, okay? Cohen was ready for that question. Was he not? I mean, he was ready for that. And actually, she had rehearsed the question so she'd pull it off. And where else should we look? Trump Organization, huh? Excuse me. To see if I have anything else on that. I may not have anything else on that right now. Okay, so all I wanted to say is now they're going to inflate. Did he inflate any of his? Look, everybody knows that when the Dodge was stolen, Al Bundy had the Mona Lisa in the trunk. Everybody knows that. Do you have a list of everything that was taken, sir, out of your apartment? Yes. I had an $8,000 stereo over there, a $9,000 TV. The refrigerator, we were slumming a little bit. It was only $2,900. I don't know. I'm just saying, really, this is what we're at right now. Did he inflate his assets? Or were they, or was it replacement value? I don't know. They're real big on that replacement value stuff and depreciation. Really? He inflated his assets to the insurance. And now we want to know if he's a criminal. Oh, hell. That's all I know to say. Oh, hell. All right, let me run this one. All right, I want to get to this one. Take a minute. I want to put these together. If you don't think, now let me get this, all right, what this is all about. All right, here we go. Let's go to number 22. Democrats demand, this is this morning, MSNBC, 2:03 a.m. Pacific, mean 5 o'clock in the morning, first out of the box. Democrats demand Trump's tax returns expected in 2 weeks. All right, number 23, we are ready to go, said Pascal, who's led a push among lawmakers to use an arcane law to unmask Trump's tax returns. The chairman will be ready in 2 weeks to send his letter, Pascal said, and I volunteer to hand deliver it. The law is a 1924 law that they're trying to invoke here, number 24. In 1924 law, a 1924 law allocates the heads of Congress's tax committees to examine anyone's confidential tax filing. Lawmakers can also vote to make those returns publicly available, experts say. And let me see which one I want here. Because this guy is waiting on go. Here, let's go with number, no, that's not it. Sorry, I left my big computer at home accidentally. There it is. Let's go. CNN got in on it. I do this so I can show you. MSNBC and CNN, they're running the same thing. You can see them swimming in the water the same direction. It's the reason I do this. Number 46, there's a CNN. First out of the box this morning. They know. Look at the timestamp on that one. Look at this one, 1:04 a.m. Pacific time, 5 o'clock in the morning. White House officials will push back on House probes. Trump accuses Dems of going after him instead of legislation. Mr. Bradley there, right there, he is chair of the Ways and Means Committee, okay? And the Ways and Means Committee is the only ones that can go after the Trump tax returns, which Steve Mnuchin has control of the IRS. He's over the IRS as a institution, and he is the Treasury Secretary, and he can say no, and that'll be a court battle. Just wanted to bring that up. If you don't think that they're intending to impeach Donald Trump, let's go to number 20 real quick here. I'm a little all over the map, but I'm just trying to bring it around of how dysfunctional they will keep it on a daily basis. This is Tom Steyer, need to impeach, okay? If you think that they're not interested in impeaching the president, this guy has let every Democrat running out there, especially in the House, because the House has to do it first, that if they do not sign on and agree to attempting to impeach the President of the United States, he will primary them, not himself personally. He will find a primary candidate and financially back them. And trust me, politicians don't like to fight and spend their campaign cash, because the more campaign cash they can keep in the bank, the more they can steal from it. Yes, they do, actually, whether you believe it or not. I can't believe, let me go to this. I got to do this one time because it just came out to me. I want to change the question here. And I want to get back to some polling in just a minute. But I want to change the question here on the polling numbers of, okay, I want to go back to 14 for a reason. What if we do a poll on, did President Trump commit crimes before becoming president? Why don't we change that to Congress, okay? And did President Trump commit crimes after becoming, why don't we switch that question around and attach it to Congress and see how high the what ifs are on that one. All right, so we've got that on the insurance. Let me go with all right, give me number 32. I always get amazed when I'm telling you, they dangle the shiny little stuff and we don't look behind the shiny little stuff they dangle. Now, immediately Representative Omar from Minnesota, from I think the 5th district of Minnesota, Somali Muslim refugee. Damn. Somali Muslim. Go look at the 5th District of Minnesota and look at the Somali population. I told you yesterday, what's scary is not just the fact that this Somali Muslim, okay, is in the House of Representatives. What's scary is there's a district that thought that this Somali Muslim should be in the House of Representatives. Now, I want you to keep something in mind. If you think the Democrats ever, remember a couple of weeks ago, anti-Semitic comments, and then the tweet was deleted and an apology came, right? And the apology did not come. Remember, really, Nancy Pelosi called her up and said, look, your ass is going to apologize. I don't care if you like it or not. And so she gives half an apology and then says, you know, screw that. Yeah, we know that. She never apologized. She's anti-Semitic. She's a Muslim. They hate Jews. They don't like you, by the way. Let me give you, wake up. By the way, they don't like you, whether you believe that or not. And you know who you may be. They don't like me, all right? Maybe they like you. So, we know here on this show that there was never an apology. We know that there was never any way they're going to reprimand this woman. And we know the truth of what the Democrats really want to do. Okay, they're anti-Semitic as the Democrats. So this woman, okay, They're supposed to reprimand her. But they're going to do a resolution to reprimand anti-Semitic comments. They're going to do a resolution to say, we do not accept anti-Semitic. But it's also, the resolution will also include language condemning anti-Muslim bias. That's right. Number 33. Now, this woman, this Muslim woman, that I predict there'll be at least 15 openly Muslims in the House of Representatives, and no more in about 10 years probably. And we changed the rules. America, we changed the rules on head covering in our Congress for this Muslim right here because of her religious headgear. You can now covering. You can now wear religious head covering. We changed the rule for her. She's anti-Semitic. Okay? She's a radical. She serves on the House Foreign Policy or Foreign Policy Committee. Really? I'm telling you. And there is no apology, and there is no condemnation of this woman. And now you're going to have a resolution including language that condemns anti-Muslim bias. My personal opinion, probably shouldn't step out here. Our founding fathers didn't say freedom of religion. Our founding fathers did not say freedom of religion to, my opinion, give Muslims freedom of religion, gave us freedom from government organized religion. Okay, I'm going to take a brief break now. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do Georgia. I'm telling you right now, but I got to tell you what this means. And it doesn't just mean she's in the House. I got to do 2 more brief stories, but we are going to do Georgia State. I promised that today. So when I come back, I got to do 2 more brief stories. Then we're going to talk about Georgia State issues, gambling, horse racing, whatever. Okay, we'll be back right after these messages. Josh, take us to break.